Yo, people, and welcome to Through a Different Lens podcast. I'm your co-host, Jacob.
I'm Dej.
Joe.
And today we got a special guest in the building for us. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sullay Kaikai.
Yes.
I like.
Well, you're here. How's things?
Good, bro.
How you doing?
Yeah, no, doing well. Off season now, so time to rest, recover, and then we go again. I think that's the 10th season down. So,
Jeez.
you know,
What
good
you
milestone.
saying? Veteran in the game now, yeah?
Vet, mate.
Jeez.
One of the oldest in the change room now, getting to that stage. But yeah, no. all
No
good, man.
way.
Let's go. Well. Yeah.
Wow.
Time flies, doesn't it?
Yeah. So I remember being in the youth team just literally the other day. And I was like, you're in the change room with like youth team players coming up, and yeah, it's interesting.
That's the mad like transitions you find in football. Just the fact that, you know, when people always say to you, time flies.
Yeah.
And you never believe them.
Yeah.
And then one day at 18, next year 29, and you're sitting there scratching your head thinking, where'd the time go?
Yeah.
It's mad interesting. But one thing I wanted to ask you, because obviously we know you and we know your journey, but what was, we know parts of the journey. What was the start?
The start.
Yeah, the start.
So start was playing for
The very start.
the very start.
Very start.
Boy, my dad would tell you from like, that was the start. From the age of 3, I just had a football in my hand. Like everywhere I go, like I take it with me, like in the car, everywhere. So my love for football was just there. Obviously, my dad played, and my brother played as well. So I just used to look up to them, and yeah, I just fell in love with the sport. So that's the very start of it. And then I think about age 7, 8 is when I started playing properly for like a Sunday league team. So one of my best friends at the time in primary school introduced me to his team. So that's how I got started.
What team was it? Do you remember?
Junior sports.
That's it.
Yeah,
I knew
yeah.
sports. I couldn't remember the first part.
Yeah.
That's it.
What a club. Some good memories there. Yeah, no. So that was the start of it all.
Then how did you get from? So what was after junior sports? What club did you go to after that?
So after junior sports, I went to Balgowan. So
Balgowan.
that was
I forgot about them, you know.
Yeah,
I actually forgot about them.
Yeah. So that was like a stepping stone from junior sports. So like a better Sunday league team with a bit more exposure, like more scouts going to the games. So that was the next step for me.
So what was the stage before Palace then?
So before Palace was Fisher Athletic.
Right.
I'm sure you've heard of them.
Yeah.
Semi-pro team.
Yeah.
Was playing Sunday league football. So I wasn't like obviously with the first team or anything like that. I was just playing Sunday league football.
You played for a different one.
Yeah, different Fisher, yeah. But his one was the one that had more of the links for pro clubs, I'd say. Or,
Yeah.
Was it kind of Millwall that they had?
Yeah, so one of our coaches was a Millwall coach as well for the academy.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
now you mentioned Balgowan, I was like, I just remember the reason why he said junior sports he enjoyed, bro. This guy was banging like 50 goals a season. I'm like, bro, some fake records, bro. So yeah, no, but
You know, the transition from Fisher to Palace. How did the Palace come about then?
So Palace came about. Funny enough, when I was at junior sports, I got scouted for Palace. I remember scoring a hat trick, and then obviously.
How old was you at that time at junior sports?
10.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 10.
So by the time you got to Balgowan,
So trialled there, and then didn't get in.
to Balgowan.
No, so
Oh.
to Palace. So that was at junior sports. Went on a trial for 6 weeks, didn't get in. And then after that, I left and went to Balgowan.
Then from Balgowan to Fisher.
Yeah.
Then from Fisher, what was the breakthrough to Palace then?
So I went on trial. I think it was the under 15 season, like start of it, near enough. So my best friend at the time, well, he's still like close friend now, but grew up together, going to school together, secondary school, and played for the same club at Fisher, Ryan Inniss. So he actually helped me get the trial at Crystal Palace.
Okay, shout out Ryan.
Shout out Ryan. Man.
Big
That's
Ryan.
my guy.
Ryan got influence.
That's my guy. Yeah. No, I owe a lot to him still, because the scout at the time, like Ryan, he was playing for Palace, so he went from Fisher to Palace, and then the scout that obviously took him to Palace, they had a close bond, and Ryan was really close with the manager as well. So he was just telling him, yo, like, got this guy at school, like, he's playing for Fisher as well, like, you need to see him, blah, blah, like, just going on for time, innit? Till eventually they're like, yeah, like, let's have a look at him. So that's how I got my chance at Palace the first time in that season. So trialed there, didn't get in, and then basically got told to, like, just play for my club, they're gonna continue to watch me, you know. And then eventually later on in that year called me back for a trial, and then that's when I got in.
Okay. Who was the idiot coach there that didn't let you in?
LOL.
I can say they know I don't like them, so it's fine.
Do you know what's so funny? When I went on trial the first time, I was 10 in it, and do you know what? I remember training with you.
Oh, okay.
You might not remember it, but I remember training with you, and Ben Garner was the coach.
Oh, okay.
When I went on trial to Palace,
The
this was,
first time?
Yeah.
Him an idiot though. There's a reason why he's him an idiot. I messaged him in the summer. He didn't want to respond to me.
And clip.
Big him up though. Big him up. He's a good guy. Real good coach at the end of the day.
Yeah,
so Ben was the one that said no then.
Yeah.
Oh, what? When you were 10?
Yeah.
Do you know how mad that is?
That's crazy.
Because Ben, you wouldn't think Ben would be the one to say no to you, off of how later in life how he was
exactly.
with you. You get what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. That's what's so
Mad.
funny.
Yeah. That's interesting. I never knew that was the fact that Ben said
Neither
no.
did I. Some sort of a weird full circle moment. Yeah.
Especially Ben, because he's a footballing man. You get what I mean?
Yeah,
he
exactly.
Definitely. Because when I used to go up to the 18s, when obviously I got old enough, and this is when Sullay was taking corners, left foot, right foot. Ben would turn around and say, "What a player!" And now I'm hearing this. You get what I mean? He said, "This is what you got to do. You got to go and practice. You see Sullay doing that left foot corner, right foot corner. That's what you need to do." And I'm thinking, yeah. But now I know that was the person that didn't sign him in the first place. You know, interesting perspective.
I think it's funny though. Like,
You might have to get Ben on the show, you know.
after that,
answer for his crimes.
I think it's funny how you see, like, you hear it with a lot of current pros, etc. How they either get released or don't make it at certain clubs when they're like at the younger ages, and then when they do make it at certain clubs, people are like, "Oh, why did this club let them go?" Blah blah. Is the coach silly? All that jazz. But at the same time, sometimes the player might not be ready. Obviously, I'm not saying in your case, but the player might just not be ready, or what the club is looking for at that particular time. But they don't always get it right. They make mistakes, and then you also lose out on good players. So Palace eventually got it right. They were lucky enough to get it right in that sense.
Lucky they got chances, man.
It's true though, but in your case, your journey's different because you've gone from having those setbacks very early, and then obviously you're like a late age in your age group. So there was obviously times when you'd play with that younger age group because of the age group thing. But then you're the best player in your age group and the age group above anyway. But because of, like, you know, how the system is, they got to play older players, second year scholars. You would have been playing in a different team, which wasn't your level. What drove you in those instances? You get what I mean?
I'd say obviously the very start, obviously, like going on trial to Palace for the first time and like seeing like I'm actually at this level. I should be here, and obviously not getting in. That was just like a burning sensation, like, for me to just prove them wrong. Do you know what I mean? I think it kind of plays a part. I think where you said I'm young in the year, so obviously I'm born in August. So for like footballers, that's like one of the worst times. Like, so like there's 4 quartiles in it. So I'm in the last one. So basically I might be like a year behind someone who's born in September. So it's like a school year basically. So it's like I'm less physically developed and like tactically developed than those older boys in the year. So that's kind of always been my downfall, coming up through the system. So I think that had a part to play in me not getting in and me being overlooked at certain times, which eventually kind of worked in my favour when I did end up signing for Palace, because similar situation. So I signed for Palace, and then under 16s, it was scholar time. And I think they'd already reached their capacity for scholars. But because of my birthday, this time actually worked in my favour, where they gave me a 3-year scholar.
Okay.
Yeah. So at the time they could do that. So it was basically like you play one season with the under-16s, and then you have your 2-year scholar. That was kind of like how they put it. So it was kind of tricky for me. Obviously, me only being there one season and getting offered this is like yeah,
that's a big deal.
It's a great opportunity. Like, do you know what I mean? Looking forward to it. And there were some challenges with it. Like Jacob said, technically an under-18 first-year scholar. Done pre-season with them, like done a madness in pre-season. To the point where like people are like, yeah, like you have to play, do you know what I mean? But then started the season with the under-16s. So like with players younger than me.
Yeah, it was,
so
it was like one
I'm
step
now
forward.
The oldest in the age group.
Yeah.
Which felt a bit weird.
From being the youngest.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, also done my thing, but that wasn't where I wanted to be. I wanted to be like with my age mates. Like the players that I played with in the under-16s the previous season. So it's like, yeah, that was challenging. So my first year I didn't really play under-18s. It was only towards the end of that season that I started to play.
Well, that's because it was towards the end of the season
exactly.
anyway.
Yeah.
And they somewhat make their mind up on who.
Yeah, the
progress.
second year is like
the
who
second
don't
years.
progress, and yeah.
But you made up for lost time
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah.
Very, very quickly.
So yeah,
Fast track.
yeah, that fueled me to like just keep going, like just prove them wrong, like in training. Obviously, I still training with the under-18s every day, but just like my game schedule was a bit different to theirs at times.
Because you had to play under-16s.
Yeah, so it's rather like I play under-16s, get minutes, and still continue to improve, or I just sit on the bench. Like, and not really get minutes because they're looking at the second-year scholars. Looking at the first-year scholars, like my actual age group.
Yeah.
Like the good ones, do you know what I mean, who are breaking through, like training with the first team. So yeah, that was just my first year as a scholar, but technically like a first-year scholar.
So so once you've gone through that, your next step, basically you're in the under-18s, as I said, you're taking the corners, left foot, right foot, scoring mad goals, you get what I mean? Doing your thing, really, really proving that you were the best player at the club at that point, in and around the young players, the person that's going to be looked at as the man to go to the first team. You then go on loan to Crawley.
Yeah.
Yes. How was that? Obviously, the transition from a Premier League club to a madness.
Oh, wait. Before you even answer that one, yeah, you know these trials and stuff, didn't you try to go to another club?
Like Palace was my only club.
Crystal Palace or nothing.
It was destiny, like Crystal Palace.
No, actually it was.
Think about it, like I live like 5 minutes from training ground, 10 minutes from the stadium.
Yeah.
It's like I'm playing for Palace no matter what.
It's true.
Whereas most guys with that in and around that opportunity will be trialing at other clubs.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah. And obviously with the connection that I had at Fisher, with one of our coaches being an academy coach at Millwall, I thought, all right, cool, like this might be an opportunity to go to Millwall. It's not too far. But yeah, that just never happened for some reason.
Fair.
Made the correct decision.
Yeah, you know, sometimes like your Sunday league manager will be hating a little bit, like you're getting a bit of attention, but he doesn't want you to leave. I think that's kind of what happened a little bit. Like he didn't really want to push me out because there's a few players that left. Ryan, Inniss, Jerome, Ben and Williams. Like we had a good team at Fisher. Mitch Brundle, I think you remember him. Ruben Ramirez. So like all those boys had like left before me.
That Fisher team and his school team.
This is making a lot of
Yeah,
sense
so
now.
I was like the last to leave. So they basically
The trials
didn't want me to leave.
don't go yet.
Yeah, exactly. So
Okay.
it was kind of Ryan that really like pushed me to get that trial. So yeah, thankful to Ryan. Big him up.
So Ryan was doing agent work before he was doing
Big Ryan Inniss.
Big him
What a
up.
guy.
Big him up. But yeah, onto the point. So you went on. You're doing your thing. In fact, how did that loan materialize? Because you went with H. You went with Hiram.
Yeah, so
How did that materialize?
it was in a 21s game. We played Brighton away, and the Crawley manager.
At the stadium that wasn't the when I was there. I was on the bench. yeah.
The night game.
Yeah, I remember that game.
So if you haven't clocked people, they came through around the same time. Well, like 2 years apart?
Yeah.
2 school years,
Yeah, 2 school years apart.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's one really, innit?
Yeah.
No, because you in H's school year.
Well, no, so it'll be 2. It'll
Yeah,
be 2.
No,
yeah.
it's 2
It'll be
years.
2.
2 years,
Oh.
but like in real
Yeah, because
years.
you're not H.
No, I'm a year younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what I thought you was, but yeah.
Yeah. No, so yeah, how did the low material? Obviously, you're playing that game, the Brighton game. That is mad. That game brought back memories.
Yeah. So
I'm sure he scored a free kick that day.
I think I might have,
Yeah,
I
see,
can't
I
remember that game too much, but I think I did score. I don't know if it was a free kick, but I scored that game.
Was it against Brighton?
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
it was against Brighton.
We didn't play against Brighton much them times.
No, we didn't. That was
Yeah.
like my only time playing against Brighton.
I don't
That's
think it was
weird.
free kick.
No, I don't think it
No.
was. But yeah, the Crawley Town manager at the time, obviously it's around the corner from Brighton, he was there watching. So yeah, obviously impressed that night, and then he called the club saying, yeah, I want to take him on loan. That's how it kind of came about. And
Oh, wow. Just like that.
yeah. And Hiram was playing in that game as well, Hiram Boateng. And he basically said, yeah, I want to take them both on loan. So yeah, that was our first loans together, which made it easier. Do you know what I mean? As a young player coming through, like I think I was 18 at the time. I hadn't really played like reserves or anything like that, or like first team football before. So it was a good experience going with someone like you're able to connect with straight away, and they know your game and help you kind of just transition into that. So yeah, I enjoyed my time at Crawley. It was definitely challenging because I didn't play much. H didn't play much either. So it was definitely challenging, but a lot of experience gained from that.
Can you remember your debut for Crawley?
Yeah, it was against Peterborough.
Nope.
No?
No.
No, it wasn't. Sorry. Swindon.
Yep.
Swindon away.
Yep.
Swindon. Yeah.
Because I was there.
Yeah.
I literally went from
Yeah.
Cardiff, got train. Well, I was in Cardiff at the time. Jumped on train.
Yeah. I think we drew that game, no?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. I remember coming on last, like 30,
Nope.
35.
What?
You came on in the first half because there was,
Was
an
it in the
injury.
first
Yeah.
Joe remembers
Wow.
everything from that day.
Came on in the first half because there was an injury to one of the attackers. I think it was
Wow.
the top scorer or something. And then you came on like 30 minutes into the game
Yeah.
or something. I was like, jeez.
Yeah.
Got all the videos, everything.
Now, must have been a great moment. So then you do the Crawley thing, obviously transitioning from the Premier League to League 2. Must have been, we all know.
They were League One at the time.
Oh, they were League
Yeah,
1
yeah,
and
they-
oh,
yeah.
My bad.
that's
That
a
was
great
a very
first
good
loan.
loan.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
great first loan.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So like before that, I had like no talks of going on loan. Like no one had really come in, and like most of the players in my age group,
They already
were
secured
going
their
to, like,
ones.
conference. I remember Ryan was at Luton at the time, who were like top of the conference, like just smashing it. And I'm thinking, yeah, like I'm probably gonna get a similar kind of loan. Do you know what I mean? But it was literally just that Brighton game, like off chance. The Crawley manager was there, done well, and yeah, that was my first loan. So it was a bit of a mad one.
No, that's crazy. And that's why we actually tell young players today, you never know who's watching.
Yeah.
Yep.
And don't downplay a game for anyone. Play your
Yeah.
game, do
Yeah.
your thing, because you never know.
Yeah.
As you've seen in your case.
Yeah. Because more time, like when you're getting a loan like that, it's because you're in and around the first team. But I wasn't at the time, so it was literally just like a one-off game, done well, and then that's how I got my chance at Crawley.
At that point, were you a mainstay in the 21s? Was it 18s or 21s game?
No,
It was a
21's game.
Oh, were you a mainstay? Was that when like you were moving mad?
That was
Or was that?
I
that
can
wasn't
answer.
that was the start. It wasn't
Okay.
when I was moving mad, but that was just like the start of me playing 21s.
Okay.
He was, yeah.
No, I was just trying to put timelines together if it was at that particular
Yeah,
point.
no, it was a
'cause
bit later.
It was, yeah,
a bit
okay,
later.
fair.
So then you head back to, after the loan, how long the loan? Was that the month?
2 months.
So 2 months at
Yeah,
Crawley.
so that's when you could do a month loan
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
see if you like it or not.
Oh,
And
is
then-
it?
Yeah.
And they had like
extend.
loan windows then as
Yeah,
well. Yeah,
exactly.
And then you head back to Palace.
Yeah, so I head back to Palace, and then that's when like I start playing for the 21s properly. And then yeah, that's when it like literally just changed. But I feel like that Crawley experience, like training with first team players and everything, like prepped me to go back to Palace, like just hungry, like to improve, to kind of get a better loan next season, or do better. Sorry, like than what I've done for Crawley. So yeah, just went back to 21s, just smashed it, and then yeah, the following pre-season just came back, just on it, and then that's how I got my next loan, which was Cambridge.
Yes.
Yeah, it was Cambridge. Yeah,
But before that,
but yeah, before that there was a big moment.
Yeah. you can touch upon?
Yeah, so made my debut for Palace.
So just for viewers' context, the Crawley loan happened around Jan.
2017.
Nah. Crawley was 10 years ago.
2014.
2014.
10 years ago, yeah.
You know, I'm thinking about Jacob's career.
Yeah. I
said it in third person.
First person. 'Cause Crawley was 10 years ago, Jan, wasn't it? Or around that time.
Or was it? It might have been 2013, actually. Was it 2013 or 2014?
I feel like you were 18 then.
Yeah, I definitely was 18.
So 2024.
Yeah, to be fair.
Because if it was second half of the season, weren't it?
2014, but start of 20, yeah.
Yeah.
It was the previous season of the 2014 year.
Yeah, so 13-14 season.
Yeah.
And then you came back and done a madness for the 21s up until the end of the season, basically.
Yeah.
Can I say something on that though?
Go on.
I feel like when you came back, you knew what you wanted. You get what I mean?
Just
You
from that loan.
Yeah, that loan prepared you for something bigger. You came back it felt like with a vengeance.
Yeah.
You wanted to go. You wanted to blow. You were like, my mind is set on the Premier League.
Yeah.
And it felt like that every time Sullay touched the pitch, training, match day, you knew what was happening. You get what I mean? He was the man. That was the guy that's going to win you the game. And I felt like just alone, obviously the experience you gained from that, you came back a different person.
Oh, facts, 100%. And
Is it?
It was only 2 months, and I hardly played.
Yeah.
I think I played about 6 times or something like that. I made like 2 starts. I think, and I got dragged at half time. Both times. But yeah, like I said, just training, like being in and around that environment, it just like made me not into a full man, but like I manned up. Do you know what I mean?
By default.
Yeah, exactly.
You're training first team every day, so regardless of the level.
So when I did
it has
come
to
back,
rise.
Yeah, when I did come back, I was like at a different level compared to when I'd left. And it kind of showed when I went back to 21s.
Yeah, when you went back to 21s, you were moving nuts still. Literally.
You basically came back and said, I'm not playing here ever again. That's what it was. Like, after this period of time.
I think even then, I think you just cemented yourself as a starter for the 21. A guaranteed starter week and week. Because you were still 18 then anyway. And just, like literally, I'll be checking Twitter or we'll message before after the game. Boom. Not even set goals or targets, but I'll just say it's bants. The odd time, do this today. We'll be like, say nothing. I'll come back, I'll check my phone. He's done that. And I'm like, I can't remember. I think it might have been, I think it was the first time I said to you, bro, go and score a hat-trick today. And you might remember the team. It might have been Huddersfield away or something like that.
Yeah.
I just said it like I woke up that usually I say to him, but I said it to him serious. So that morning I was like, bro, go and score a hat trick today, serious. Bro, I remember I was at work. I checked my phone on my lunch break. I just come back and I see hat trick, and we just screenshotted our chat, and that was it. And we posted that. And I think we sent it to your sister. And it was like, bro, I was like, alright, cool. The boy, like you said, the Crawley loan definitely put him in a different mindset when he was coming back to 21.
Me in like more of a first team mindset.
Yeah.
Like you said, like I knew what I wanted when I came back. Like, and that was to be training with the first team. So yeah, just came back. I think I might have trained with the first team a couple times, but I wasn't training with them like regularly at that time. And then preseason. What happened preseason? I actually didn't train with the first team preseason.
Which preseason was this one?
So that's after I came back from Crawley. I think
So it would have been
So basically
14 going into 15.
this
14,
summer
15.
now, making it 10 years exactly.
Yeah, okay. So Pulis would have been the manager.
Yeah.
And is that the year he left in that preseason?
Yeah. So obviously I've gone alone
Left
thinking.
in pre-season.
Yeah.
He left literally just before the league was about to start.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, madness.
Yeah.
Did he get sacked or he just left?
Nah,
It was a madness.
He left, I think, basically he didn't get backed in the window, so he's a bit frustrated, and I think that's the
And he
reason why
literally walked
he
up
left.
like 3 days before the league was about to start or something.
Question though. You know when stories come out in like newspapers and that, are they different from how they actually are? Like,
Majority
does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You gotta add some spruce to it.
Oh, so the newspapers add spice, but really and truly, it's not that. It wouldn't even
it's not
happen like that.
exciting, to be honest.
Okay.
Some might be, but majority of the time, they'll add a bit of ginger to it. But yeah, like you were saying, when you come back.
Yeah, so obviously from that Crawley loan and then coming back and doing more on the 21s, I'm thinking, all right, cool, I'm going to get a chance for the first team, start pre-season with them, but nah, didn't happen. And yeah, that was another setback that I had at the time. So yeah, I was with I think the 18s to 21s, sorry, at the time. And then yeah, just smashed pre-season. And then yeah, just went from there. And then
When you're trying to go on loan though?
I was trying to go on loan, but nothing really came up. So yeah, started the season with the 21s. And then that's when debut happens.
League Cup in September, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yo, it's the only reason I was in the stadium because he was on the bench.
Yeah.
Because I ain't watching no Palace games. So that was the only reason I was in the stadium.
Yeah, because it was the third round, so it would have been September games, I believe.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I remember I came again straight from Cardiff that day to London, and then once she said you were on the bench, just booked the next train.
Yeah.
Just boom.
Yeah, and I think it was a surprise for me to be on the bench.
Yeah.
But I think where I'd started the season well for 21s, I think it was just them rewarding me.
Who was a manager at the time?
Warnock.
Neil Warnock.
Neil Warnock came in, because I wasn't really training with the first team every day like that. So it was more so off my performances for the 21s, which allowed me to be on the bench that day.
Right. So talk us through the moment.
So the moment, I think it was 10 minutes ago, playing Newcastle at home, and we're losing 1-0. And 10 minutes ago, I think it was even 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, it was an added time. I'm sure
Yeah, because I scored in added time. I think there was 5 minutes of normal time, and then obviously there was added time. So I came on with 5 minutes ago, just running around like a madman, just trying to make an impression. I remember touching the ball for the first time and just saying, just don't lose it.
Did the gaffer say anything to you before you went on the pitch?
I think he might have said just enjoy it, get yourself a goal if you can. So yeah, obviously I'm just excited to be on the pitch, first game for Palace, just running around like a madman, just trying to make an impression.
A mad boy.
Like a madman.
Story.
Yeah, just trying to make an impression. And I think it was, who was the striker at the time?
Andy Johnson came back.
It was AJ.
Yeah.
AJ crossed it. I think, was it Gailey?
Yep.
That was under it. So he was about to take it off me, but I just shouted at him mine, I don't think you can say mine, but I just said SK's he left it, and then I took a swipe on the volley, kind of scuffed it, keeper saved it, come back to me, and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe my luck. When time freezes, I'm there's so many different scenarios running in my head. What should I do? Should I place it in the corner? Should I roof of the net? And time literally stood still, and I just thought, just get it on target. And I kind of good strike, but I kind of miss-hit it into the ground, and it's just gone in. And yeah, after that, everything was just a blur for 2 minutes. I just remember just doing a mad knee slide.
The celebration was killing me. Do you know why it killed me? Because the next day, when I saw him, I went and did the same mad knee slide. He was all over the place.
That knee slide, the slide was actually good though. It was just the arms, but
I was so excited. Yeah, I just thought, knee slide.
That goal was in injury time, wasn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, that was unbelievable. I couldn't sleep.
I think you made it 2-2 actually.
Yeah, he did.
Was it?
Yeah.
They went to extra time after.
Yeah, so then went to extra time, and I'm thinking, bro, I've got another 30 minutes. I'm expecting just 5 minutes. I'm thinking, bro, I've got another 30 minutes. So I was I was buzzing to play another 30 minutes. And it was just a good experience. Obviously, we lost the game in the end, but that feeling, I just wanted it again. I just wanted it again from that moment. I'm I love that feeling, and I want it again. And I just remember just going home, even though we'd lost, just super happy to obviously be on the pitch, scoring my debut. I don't think I slept that night, and we had training the next day for the 21s. Yeah.
We were up late that night. Cause we were at the ground for time.
Yeah.
And like, just a lot of the fans were excited. Look, obviously, the club didn't take it bad. Do you know what I mean? Because I think Jake Gray also came on that game as well.
Yeah.
And then it was like Warnock giving the youngsters opportunity. Newcastle were easily the better team. The fact that Palace had taken them to extra time, like people didn't really, not obviously you care, but not take it in as much. And then youngster scoring on his debut, I think there was a good buzz, feel factor around. Bro, we were at the ground for probably like another hour and a half.
Yeah.
After the game or something.
Yeah.
What a moment. Do you know why? Because when you scored the goal, where I'm in the crowd, I'm with Will Hall at the time, and we're grabbing everyone, we're screaming, and the fans are saying, who scored? I was like, what do you mean who scored? They don't know him. They don't know him. and we're all buzzing, and we turned to each other and said, we were like, he's done it for us. That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Like in the academy, because at the time it was, no one was really getting opportunities.
Yeah.
Then those days with Palace, it was very difficult.
No one's getting opportunities, so I was thinking he's done it for us. So he's done it. He's proven that he can play at this level. So it's like, okay, cool. Once one's in the door, maybe they'll give everyone else opportunities. Obviously, it didn't work out that way, but you get what I mean.
At the time, you're optimistic because of that moment.
Yeah, the feeling, just seeing him getting the opportunity, seeing Sullay score on that stage. You get what I mean? Like, you know, we all knew he had the talent and knew he could do it. But then obviously putting it into practice, putting it out there, that's what was, we all felt that, you know, when you scored, it felt like we all scored.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, that's literally,
that's
still to this day, I'm buzzing over the goal.
Yeah.
I remember that like it was yesterday, man. I just sunk to my seat. I was like, shit.
That's one of my greatest moments to date, for sure.
Nah, what a day. What a night.
Bro, what night?
Because who cares about the result?
Yeah. Bro, forgot about that.
Who cares about the
I
result?
just remember screenshotting, obviously when you equalise it, the BBC Sport, because it went to, at the time, they had that as their thumbnail picture. Just screenshot all the BBC articles, everything. I think I still got them on my phone. I was like, bro.
I think I still got some saved.
Yeah.
You got to cherish those moments in life, because obviously, debut goal, it can't ever happen again.
Most
You only get one chance.
Most players don't get to say they scored for their academy, the team that they come up through on their debut.
Yeah. I thought I was gone after that. That's me. See you later.
But yeah, I think you were saying, was it Cambridge loan after that?
Yeah. So that got me the Cambridge loan. So I think I went to Cambridge towards the back end of October, so like a month and a bit later. So after that,
Were they in League?
they were in League 2.
League 2. Cool.
Yeah. So that goal basically put my name out there, and Cambridge came in October, and I went there. So that was quite a good loan. League 2, and season. It was just started the season, not too long into the season, basically. So it was a good opportunity for me to go and get a lot of games under my belt, which I'd done, and that loan was very good for me at the time. Men's football, consistent football. I wasn't starting week in, week out, but just like consistently coming on, starting here and there.
But consistent in the first team though, isn't it?
Yeah, just very consistent in the first team. I think I was 19 at the time, so getting a lot of minutes at that level, like again, just allowed me to step up and come back a better player.
So after Cambridge, you come back to Palace again.
Yeah.
What pre-season is that?
So that Cambridge season was 14-15 season.
And who's the manager? Warnock still.
What about Palace? Someone else.
Alan.
Yeah.
Pardew.
Yeah. Yeah, Pardew, yeah. You're right. I think I had like a manager every season. Every like 18 months, I had a manager. It was crazy.
But before you go on to that quickly, feel like you missed out during your loan spell at Cambridge, your FA Cup tie.
Ooh, yeah. So
against
against United.
Yeah.
United, yeah.
How was that? Old Trafford?
Old Trafford.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Well, the first game was
the first leg was actually at the Abbey.
Okay.
And they drew.
And we drew 0-0. And I started that game buzzing. Because I think the 2 previous games, I think I had scored in them. So I was like, going into those games, I'm like, I have to score or do well because United is coming up.
Yeah.
Like, the team I support, United's coming up. And it's like, I want to play in that game. Do you know what I mean? It's on TV.
To smash them, man.
It's on TV. And it's like, yeah, you want to play in that game. So, leading up to that, like, everything was just intense. Like, training, games. Obviously, everyone wanted to play in it. So, yeah, done well in those games. I think I scored in the game before. So I was like, yeah, I definitely have to be starting. Saw the team sheet, I was starting. And then, we took them back to Old Trafford. 0-0 draw. We probably should have won the game. I think we had the better chances
Even
to win it.
The limited chance.
The limited chances, but the better chances to win it. They put out a strong team as well. So it was a good test, and I played well.
That was LVG, innit?
Yeah.
Yes, I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember me and your sister were on the way to the game and then just like listening, I think it might have been on BBC, and listening to BBC coverage. And obviously, like, they were talking about you in the preview. Obviously, you wouldn't have known because it's the actual warm-up, innit?
Yeah.
But they were talking about you in the preview and stuff. We were like, yeah, come on. Then
I think Rio was commenting.
Rio was
on that game. And I was with the agency he was with at the time.
Right.
So it's kind of like, it's like a nice little intro, like, big him up.
And he was at your debut as well.
Yeah,
when he scored.
He was.
Because we were with him after the game.
Yeah.
Quite a bit, so.
Yeah.
Oh, was it? Oh, that's where that picture come from, innit?
Yeah, in the car park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the Man United. So the second leg, nothing.
Second leg, we got slapped. We got slapped 3-0.
Nature the beast.
Did you feel a difference in intensity from the first leg to the second leg?
Definitely. I didn't start the second leg.
Can't even call it a leg. Replay.
So that's crazy.
That's the problem. I don't want to call that manager an idiot, but hey.
Yeah, that's what's crazy, because obviously you're thinking like the team that obviously took them to OT like would be the same starting team, but it wasn't. I think I lost out to Chadwick at the time.
Who was that manager at the time at Cambridge?
Richard Money.
Wasn't on it that day.
Old school manager.
Yeah.
And Chadwick didn't start the first game. He might have been on the bench, but he came through at United.
Yeah.
So
Luke Chadwick.
Yeah. So I lost my place in the team to him.
Right.
I think there might have been like one other change as well. So it was kind of like, just got to take it on the chin and be ready to come on.
Right.
If I do come on. I got 30 minutes at Old Trafford. I think it was losing 3-0 at the time, but yeah, it was just a special moment.
Yes.
To come on and play at Old Trafford for the first time. So.
And they played quite a strong team that day as well.
Yeah.
I think he slightly strong because Rooney played. Rojo played, I think.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Did you get any shirts?
I got.
I
was a bit slow, because like I'm in the zone. Like before the game, I'm in the zone, so I'm not really thinking about shirts and asking people at half time and during the warm up and stuff like that. And like players, obviously the players who started,
they got first dibs in it, basically.
Yeah, because when they're shaking hands or whatever, or at half time or during the game, they're already making these deals to like get shirts. So that's where like obviously I couldn't do nothing about it. The first leg, I don't think anyone got shirts like that. But second replay, sorry. I got Fellaini's shirt. Yeah, I got Fellaini's.
Then you and Rooney had a moment chatting for a bit.
Yeah.
Got those pictures as well.
Yeah.
That was
So that was So that was that was special. Obviously someone that I looked up to growing up.
And you came in for the whole season.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
From October to the rest of the season.
Yeah.
And that's your first full loan.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then next, what was after Cambridge?
That's when you came back with Alan Pardew. Vancouver?
Yeah, pre-season.
Was that the Vancouver and...
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Was you on that? Yeah. I think there was a few of us.
Yeah.
H. Was Mandela on that?
Nah,
as well?
Mandela had left by then, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it was that season. came back, and then done really well in pre-season. Like the sharpest I've probably ever been. Came back with just a vengeance to just try and get in the first team, because this was my first pre-season with the first team. So yeah, obviously wanted to make an impression after being on loan and doing well.
So who are the big names that were around at that time? Obviously you got Zaha.
Wilf.
Was Punch in there?
Punch was there. I think Shamak was still there.
Was Kabay there?
Johan was there.
Did he come? I was trying to work who was on the tour.
Yeah.
But some man didn't. Yala was still there. Because Yala and Yedinak flew out together.
Yeah. So like it was a strong Palace squad.
Ward was there as well, wasn't it? Yeah.
Come on, man.
Mr. Crystal
Mr.
Palace.
Palace.
Yeah. Scott Dan as
Crystal
well.
Palace.
Some big players. Yeah, some big players.
Well, how were they like when it came to like receiving like a young academy graduate?
Good. Most of them like really good. Like would talk to you, give you advice. Like would push you when they needed to. Like all of them were like proper good. Like would encourage you, because see they realize like if you're training with them, it's because you're good enough. Do you know what I mean? So you making a mistake here and there, it's not the end of the world. Like they know like you're a young player and like just starting out. You're gonna make mistakes. Do you know what I mean? But it's about like your courage to get back on the ball and basically just be a part of them. Do you know what I mean? And not see yourself as a young player. Like see yourself as someone who deserves to be training with them and playing with them. So yeah, a lot of them were good.
So that season there, is that the season when you make your debut? End of the season. Is that the Brentford season?
So
or Shrewsbury.
Shrewsbury, yeah. So
is that when you lot played Alphonso Davies in pre-season when he was 15?
Yeah, he was a madness. He was a madness.
At 15,
I think he came on for like 25 minutes.
Yeah, bro. I think I tuned into that
15
game.
at the time. Like obviously there was a buzz. Like we heard about him before the game. Like this young kid who's meant to be the next big thing.
Yeah.
He came on and just done absolute madness.
He was a number 10 then, didn't it? Or like
he played number 10. Yeah, he played number 10.
They put me on hold in mid.
Yes.
They put me on hold in mid. I was thinking, what's going on here?
Oh my days.
He ran past me one time. I just went, whoo, it's quick. You know when you feel someone just run past you like.
That's when he felt the wind. I think he came on and scored, I believe. I remember tuning into that game.
The game ended 2-2.
Or he haven't got an assist, but anyway.
He just stood out. Like, as soon as he came on, obviously there was a buzz. Like every time he got the ball, like the crowd was up. Like just buzz around him, and he didn't disappoint.
At 15, that's mad.
Yeah. When you know, I guess. When you know someone's gonna be a player, you could see it from there.
Look at him now, man.
Yeah.
Doing his thing.
He was doing the same thing at 15.
Is it?
Well, the way he ran past me, I know. You know what I mean?
Man said first-hand experience.
The only player you ran past.
Bruh, that's bad.
Man. So Shrewsbury, how was your time there?
Good. It was another strong season for me. Coming off the back of Cambridge. It was a step up. So obviously Cambridge was League 2.
Shrewsbury League 1.
Done well there. Ended up getting Young Player of the Year at Cambridge. Come back.
Jeez.
Pre-season with the first team. Done well with them. But Pardew said, look, like I've got Yala and Bakary Sakho.
Oh yeah,
just signed that summer.
Yes, yeah.
So he was like, look, like you're not gonna get minutes like that. It's better for you to go on loan, play games, and then come maybe January we'll look at it again or whatever. So yeah, went out to Cambridge. Went out on loan to Cambridge.
Shrewsbury.
Oh, sorry, Shrewsbury.
We got from Cambridge.
Shrewsbury, and yeah, it was a good season for me. I was flying. I think I took about 2 or 3 games to get going. But like I said, that was a step up. That was League 1. Obviously, I went on loan to Crawley in League 1. But this was like different.
Because this is like, you're here now.
Yeah, this is like, I'm here to like prove a point. Like I can play at this
and they'll
level
expect
now.
something from you.
And they're expecting something because I've been in and around the first team. And obviously, I've been at Cambridge like the previous season. So it's funny because I scored against Shrewsbury in injury time. away whilst playing for Cambridge. So I
Yeah,
think,
you did. Yeah, you did.
yeah, so like, yeah, that kind of got me the move
Like
in a
95th
sense.
minute
So
or
I had a
something
good
like that.
season at Cambridge. So like the manager was aware of me, and then obviously playing that game and then scoring. I think that kind of got me the move. So went there.
Who was Shrewsbury manager at the time again?
Mickey Mellon.
Mickey Mellon.
Yeah, that's my guy. That's my guy.
Good man.
Is-
Yeah.
do you still
have you-
Nah, he's a good man because he signed you.
Ah, yeah.
you still speak to coaches that used to coach you back in the day, like managers?
Here and there.
Okay.
Like they might message me out of the blue, or I might message them saying like, "Well done."
Oh,
like,
nice.
Smooth, or you know what I mean?
What was it like? Obviously, being a South London native, like you're from London. What was it like moving up to Shrewsbury, a place where there's kind of
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, it was weird. That's like,
Because where is Shrewsbury? What's the nearest major city?
Wolverhampton.
And even then, that's a bit of a journey.
That's still
Yeah, it's
like
nothing.
45 minutes.
Bro, I remember.
It's like Birmingham's not far.
Yeah.
It's like just an hour and a half.
I remember saying to one of my colleagues, he's from Shropshire, which is the county, and I said my one bad memory, not bad memory, but negative memory, is when I came to spend time with you, and you put me at a train station. We were like, let's go Nando's, and Nando's was closed about 9 o'clock or something. I said, what kind of place? What kind of Nando's is closed at 9
o'clock,
bro?
That's prime time.
I was fuming. I said, this is how I know this ain't the place for me to live, bro. I said, Nando's at 9, you know? Yo, boy, innit?
Yeah, that place was behind at the time. I think hopefully it's improved now.
Shout out
It
Shropshire.
was completely different to being in London. Like,
Do you remember your first week?
Yeah, I was in a hotel, so they had a hotel where the players would stay.
Was it nice though?
It was alright. Yeah, it was alright. No signal.
it was alright. That's a no signal.
Because I lived in the hotel for like the first like 3-4 months of the season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like no signal, and the Wi-Fi was just it's gazy. So yeah, it was a struggle. Like I just started just reading and like just going to the gym in my evenings to kind of just pass my time, really. And then that was about it. In terms of like at the hotel, obviously like first week and for like the rest of the season, but made my home debut, done well, and then it took me a couple games to like get going, to like really get used to like the team and the level again, and then like once I clicked, that was it. Literally just went on a run of just scoring goals and just playing really well, to the point where Palace were basically going to recall me back in December.
Oh right.
Yeah,
To like be part of the first
October,
team.
November, you were flying.
Yeah. So see, they were going to call me back, but I got injured. So they still called me back, but I was injured, but I didn't know how bad like the injury was.
What kind of injury was it?
It's a hamstring injury. So my first ever
We know about hamstrings on this show.
first ever injury.
That's probably still been your most serious injury to date, isn't it? Like longest you've been out.
Yeah, it has. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was out for about 6 to 8 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So like obviously that's my first like ever injury. I think we're just playing men's football, game after game, like 90 minutes not coming off. Telling the manager like, yo,
That one.
And then looking
but
at
it's like because obviously you're doing so well. At the same time, you don't want to come off, and also the team's like relying on you. So
yeah, bro. Star man.
it's kind of like a new pressure that I hadn't experienced before, like being a regular star. Because at Cambridge, I was like a bit in and out, starting maybe like 1 every 3 games. But here it's like I'm a starter now.
Right.
So it was a lot obviously to adapt to, like physically, like mentally. But yeah, I think I just overdone it, got burnt out, and then done my hamstring.
I think at the time then, it was just before Christmas, couple weeks before Christmas, and then there was a lot of fixtures. Saturday, Tuesday. And I'm like, I think I said to you, brother, no rest. No rest.
No guess.
And I remember you saying like my leg feels a bit tight, but like the team are relying on me. Like
I just remember looking over to the bench like 70 minutes, 75 minutes, like yo, you know when like you see the number board,
And it's not yours.
but it's not. And I'm just like, yeah, well, that's it. I've got to deal with it. Like I'm here. I want to be here, and this is part of it. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, unfortunately, pulled my hammy. Felt like I got shot.
Yeah, that's how it feels.
Yeah, felt like I got shot. And obviously, because it's the first time I'm experiencing it,
You don't know what to do
I'm
yourself.
like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like I thought it was cramp because I've never had an injury before. I think like, what is this cramp? So tried to run it off.
man said this cramp's new.
Tried to run it off, couldn't run it off, and then I kind of just knew like, yeah, this ain't right. And because we was doing so well at the time, I think they kind of tried to get me back quickly, and I'm just like, yeah, like just this doesn't feel right. I still like feel it. I don't know what it is, but I still feel it. So then eventually, I end up going back to Palace to kind of like let them check it out, get a scan, and then realize I'm out for like 6 to 8 weeks.
That's like after you've injured yourself and they've tried to rush you back.
Yeah.
So you was out for more than that then? You was out for more than 6 to 8 weeks?
No, it's about 6 to 8. It's about 6 to 8.
Oh, that whole thing?
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
cool.
I think it was about 8 to 10. You were out for nearly 3 months.
Really?
Yeah.
I reckon.
Because
No, you probably know.
you were out.
So you reckon?
I think you were injured like it was either a week or two, a game or two before the Boxing Day fixture.
Yeah.
And then
I think there was a few big injuries at Palace at the time.
Yeah.
So I got recalled back.
but there was a few injuries at Shrews, and because I think I said to you, bro, why are you playing that? You said we've got our squad's thin at the moment as well.
Yeah.
And then obviously you've gone back to Palace, but I don't think you started playing again until either the end of Feb or beginning of March.
End of Feb.
Yeah, so you're out for just 2 months.
Yeah.
If they didn't try and rush you back, you'd be back much quicker.
Yeah.
But before you got recalled, was that when you won Player of the Month in League One?
Yeah.
I think in October or something like that.
It was in October, yeah. So like I was flying, doing well. And like I said, like Palace were thinking of recalling me, which they did in the end, but didn't realise.
By default.
But no, what's weird is like they recalled, obviously I didn't know how bad the injury was.
Yeah.
So they recalled me,
No, you're injured.
not knowing how bad it was.
No,
like,
yeah.
knowing I'm injured, but maybe it might be like
Because I remember
a
asking
week
you.
or two, do you know what I mean? Like proper treatment.
You didn't think you were going to be out for that long.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking like maybe like proper treatment at Palace, like week or two, I'm back.
You thought they'd do
And
magic.
they had big injuries at the time. I think Saka was out. He done his hammy. I think Yala was out. He done his hammy as well. So the manager's like, look, like there's an opportunity here for you to play.
Right.
But they're like, look, let's get your hamstring checked first. Got it checked. I'm out for 6 to 8 weeks or 8. Well, yeah, it was 6 to 8 weeks. By the time
when Palace checked
yeah, exactly.
it,
By the time I got back to Palace, I was out for 6 to 8 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So all them boys were back.
By the time
Literally
you were
like
back.
Exactly.
I think you all came back around the same time.
we all came back around the same time.
Jeez.
So I literally missed like a massive opportunity
Right.
because there's a lot of games around that Christmas period.
Did you go back to Shrewsbury?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I remember seeing you play for Shrewsbury against Cov.
Yeah.
But I remember it wasn't.
Winter times.
Yeah. So yeah, ended up going back to Shrews around end of Feb, and then finished the season strong. Got my hamstring right, and then just smashed it. Won Player of the Month again.
And you
in
kept
March.
And you kept them up.
And I kept them up.
Because
Yeah.
the duration you
Had a
weren't
big
there,
part
they
to play.
dropped.
Yeah. They dropped.
Nah, they dropped.
massively.
Like when he left them, they were like a mid-table team or something like that.
Yeah.
Then a couple games.
It was like a relegation battle.
Yeah.
I think we stayed up with like 3 or 4 games to
Yeah,
go.
something like that.
When you came back to Palace, did you spend the rest of the season at Shrewsbury? Or did
Yeah.
you? Okay, because I'm getting ahead of myself then.
So basically,
Where was you around this time?
When Sullay was at Shrewsbury. I was in a predicament with the whole of the Crystal Palace Football Club.
Predicament.
I was barred from playing football.
Do you know about this predicament?
Obviously, I was alone in it, so I didn't really know too much. I didn't know what was
He
going
said,
on.
that ain't my problem.
I was barred from playing football for a while.
What the?
Yeah, story for another day.
Yeah, trust. But no, that season for him, it was Shrewsbury, well, first half season, injury, go back to Palace, and then go back to Shrewsbury, finish season at Shrewsbury.
And then came back to Palace and Frank de Boer. I thought Alan Pardew gave you a debut against Southampton in the Prem.
Oh, was it that season?
Was that season?
Yeah, it was that
Yeah,
season.
because
that's why
Football
I
League
was that
finishes,
season.
yeah.
Yeah.
And there was still
So I
like
think
2
we
weeks
finished-
left of the
that's
Prem
all
or
2
something
weeks.
like that.
Yeah. So yeah, he gave me my debut. Yeah, Southampton away.
Yes.
Final game of the season, innit?
Yeah. Southampton away, came on at half time. And yeah, that was a surreal feeling. Obviously, having a good season at Shrews, coming back, and finally getting that chance with Palace in the Prem now.
Yes.
Obviously, after missing out during the Christmas period.
That it was wavy. Me, his dad and uncle, we just got waved on the way up to Southampton. We were just juicing on the train, bro. Got to the stage and
Yeah, I trust you.
hey, me and his dad, hey, let's open that bottle, man.
Obviously, shout out our drink sponsors,
Yes.
VUSA. If you need any kind of vodka from Africa, this is the vodka you'll get.
Yes.
They have many different flavors, but today we've gone for the hibiscus and ginger. There is also the mango and chili as well. But as you can see, we've been going through that one.
Yeah, trust me. This one's nearly done, but
It smells lovely. I'm sure it tastes lovely too. Let me just pour myself some.
yeah, you do your thing.
Let me see what it tastes like initially though.
Yeah, we've not tried this one.
Ooh.
Didn't even flinch.
No, bro, that's how that's how clean it is.
Swear.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
see, that's how clean this vodka is. It's made from sugarcane.
I'm not even a vodka man, but
Authentically African.
Authentically African.
Big up VUSA.
Made, bottled, everything in Africa.
that's proper.
So wavy. But yeah,
Nice bottle as well.
going back to your Premier League debut.
It's so good.
Yeah, Southampton away.
Wow.
Can't remember what the score was at the time, but I remember we was losing.
I think it was about 2-0. Maybe 2 or 3-0. I can't remember.
Yeah, and like Pardew at the time was just going mental in it at
Yeah.
half time, and then just told me, yeah, get ready, you're coming on. So yeah, went out to warm up.
Who got subbed?
I think it was Jordan March.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was Jordan March.
Yeah.
I
It
came
was.
on the right.
You got a sharp memory, you know.
No, it's because when you said his name, I was like, oh, Machi. Yeah. But
Yeah.
I think Sacco stayed on the other wing.
Yeah.
I might be wrong, but
Yeah.
yeah, you did come on the right.
Yeah.
I mean, you see how you said you felt the wind when Alphonso Davies? He said that he felt lightning when Mane. He said Mane went past him, he said shit. I remember him telling me,
Yo, Mane and Bertrand.
yeah. Oh, yeah. And that's when
Long
Bertrand
day.
was on top of his game at left back. Oh,
I was just doing tracking back.
Busy.
To be fair, I started the half well.
Yeah, you did.
Got in a few crosses, made a few tidy passes. But yeah, they just started to overpower us possession.
and that's when Saints were.
They were flying, yeah, they were
footballing
flying.
team,
They were
everything.
flying. Who did? Oh, they had Pele up front
I was
as well.
about to say
them time.
Graziano
Pelle.
Yeah,
Was Schneiderlin in that squad as well?
Yes. Had he left then?
I think he might have left. Yeah.
He left before Mane left.
No, they left around the same time. In the
I
same,
think
the
he
same
might
season.
have left just before.
I think so. You might be right.
Where'd
I
he
feel
go?
like Schneiderlin played under Van Gaal.
Oh yeah, wait, you
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
might have left then.
Yeah.
But then I think centre mid was there. What's his name? Victor.
One.
Yeah,
He was there.
Yeah, he was there.
Bro, they had a
So they had a
Southampton.
strong team.
A conversation needs to be had
Really strong team.
in the future about Southampton and all
Van
these
Dijk.
players. Was he
Van
there?
Dijk was
Where
playing
they
that
getting it
game.
from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Van Dijk was there that game, yeah.
Yeah, he's playing
Wow.
that game. Yeah.
Bro, they had a good team, you know.
A conversation needs to be had one day about Southampton and letting all these players disappear. Because
Crazy,
if
innit?
they kept them, they would have probably been up there in the Premier League.
Money.
But business.
I understand, but your business needs to be your football club.
Nah, I hear it. I hear it.
But yeah. So Southampton, and then there's obviously next season comes. That's the Brentford loan season, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
which one's the Frank de Boer one? Or was that after?
That's after Pardew. So that's that year.
Oh, okay, cool.
Frank de Boer lasted four
he
games.
wasn't there a long
Did you
time.
play against Liverpool?
Yeah.
What, Premier League?
Yeah.
We were talking about it
Liverpool
before.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Under
talking-
Frank.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. He brought me on like last 25 minutes.
So Deji was right.
Deji was right.
Yeah.
Do you know, I don't know why we forgot.
I got
that
you.
then.
I got you.
No, but we were talking about it earlier, and I was like, I obviously I know you'd gone Anfield a few times, like making squad or bench or whatever. But I was
Yeah.
like, can't remember whether you came on that game, and then
Yeah.
you were
I
saying
came
that. I
on.
was like, oh, maybe. Was that a 4-0 game?
No.
No, 1-0, wasn't it?
1-0.
Yeah, see, I was. That's when I was getting it mixed up with Kadeem. Kadeem came on against Liverpool as well, for Cardiff. But I think that was like a 4-1 game. But I was like, yo, and because Frank de Boer's stint, he was there for 4 games.
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, it just happened. Like,
Yeah.
but quick one before we move, the Premier League obviously debut, and then that season alone, the Shrewsbury, great season, and then you making your Premier League debut, and then the Premier League sending the official, like your match ball home.
Yeah.
Like, so when you make your debut in Premier League, they send a football to you to
Oh, that's
officialise it. I was like, yo.
Yeah.
I
and
said,
then
this is my foot. This is
There's also like.
You still got it?
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
still got it. Of course.
It's
There's
like
like
framed up kind of, innit?
yeah, and then there's also like a picture frame with like everyone who made their debut that season.
Nice.
So like it was me and Hiram. I think what
Swansea.
Swansea.
I
Yeah.
was in the
Hiram's
Swansea.
on
I was in
yeah.
the squad that game. So
So yeah, it was me and H. Yeah.
yeah.
That season from Palace, and then like there are other players like Tammy Abraham from the top of my head that I can remember. Yeah, there's just like a few players, some big ballers.
So then we move on to the Brentford season. Well, Palace again, but
Going
Brentford
on loan.
going on loan to Brentford. That was
Yeah.
the championship.
Yeah.
How was that? Your first time being in the champ?
Tough to start off. Obviously, it's another step up.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And obviously you need time to adapt to the league, get used to it. So yeah, it was another step up, like physically different, much different to League One. Where like League One is like you have your moments where you can breeze past people, whereas Champ is like everyone's fast, everyone's strong. Like it's more of like a tactical battle rather than like just 1v1 ability. So yeah, that was good. That was a good experience that I really enjoyed. I'd say it was tough to start because I wasn't playing as much as I would have liked to, but at the same time, it's like you're still adapting to the level. So I feel like the manager managed me quite well in that sense.
Who was manager at the time?
Dean Smith.
Dean
Oh
Smith.
yes.
Yeah, so I played against Walsall. So it's kind of like you play against these managers and teams.
The one that was at Villa.
And
Yeah.
he got a move. Obviously left Walsall. They done really well. He got moved to Brentford. And then he took Romain Sawyers and Nico Henry with him. They were at Walsall as well. And then, yeah, obviously, so he knew me from the league.
Right.
So, yeah, that's how the Brentford
Move came about.
Yeah, that's how it came about. And, yeah, like I said, like tough to start off with, but then kind of got into my groove, like, I'd say just before like Christmas, like December, kind of got up to speed and was like really like training well and playing well when I'd come on.
There was
I'd say.
good players in that Brentford squad as well.
Yeah, very good players, like very good young players. Probably standouts like Josh McEachran, Romain, Scott Hogan.
Yeah. Oh, Scott Hogan was a bagsman.
Yeah.
Striker.
Yeah.
Harvey
Fast
Dean.
as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Hogan was quick.
Maxime Collin.
Yeah, Maxime Collin. Oh yeah, he was
it was a proper good squad.
He was a baller still.
Proper good squad.
I remember Lasse Vibe. He was off.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just remember him because he was quick.
Is it Lassana Diarra? Was it no? One of the I can't remember. It was Mamadou Diarra.
Yeah,
it was
so.
Mamadou.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
that was at Brentford as well at the time.
Yeah,
which was crazy. It was
ex-Real Madrid.
Yeah. He was training with us, and I remember him just being a top guy.
But with Brentford,
standard, everything.
Brentford then they're just a well-run club. Like they are now. You could tell now, but then.
But even back then, you could see where it was going. Do you know what I mean?
You know that Mamadou Diarra, the one that was at Lyon, then went to Real Madrid.
Yeah.
I trained with him at Aldershot.
Serious?
Yeah, he came Aldershot to train.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He was doing the rounds.
He just said, "Let me go train."
Yeah, I trained with him at Aldershot.
He probably drove on the motorway and just said, "Let me stop about this club."
You know, I was thinking that name. I was
that's
thinking,
mad.
Yeah, was a good player, top player. I think obviously a few injuries at the time when he was at Brentford, and just how it gets when you're getting on, the legs don't move the same. But in terms of just knowing the game and everything, top player, man. So just training with him and just training with the squad in general. It was a proper good squad.
Yeah,
really good squad. It was a good experience. I definitely improved from my time there. And towards the back end, so I was only there from start of the season. So I think I'd done the first month at Palace, and then I went towards the back end of August.
Okay.
So from September to December at Brentford. And it was tough at times because I wasn't playing as much as I would have liked, but at the same time, the experience gained and the minutes overall definitely made me improve, I'd say. And I feel looking back, the manager probably managed me right in terms of getting up to speed.
The championship, the physicality was just
different. The physicality was a lot different. So just building myself up physically to be able to cope with the demands of the league, the games were very quick. So it took me time to get used to it. And once I got used to it, I felt I started to come into my own, started to grow, became a lot more confident, and then had a really good run of games leading up to Christmas. And that's when I got a call from Palace. I think Yala was about to go to the AFCON. So I got a call from Palace to say Yala's going to be away. This is a good opportunity for you to impress. And the coach was Pardew at the time. And I think that was a week before Boxing Day. So in my mind, I'm like, all right, cool. Smash these last games and then go back to Palace and then let's see what happens. And then all of a sudden,
breaking news.
You know how football is. Pardew gets the sack.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, well, that's that.
Yeah.
You scored a double on Boxing Day.
But I scored a double on Boxing Day because I'm you never know who's watching.
Yeah.
New manager could be watching or asking around who's out on loan. So literally scored a double on Boxing Day, and then I played against I think Norwich a few
Sky.
days later. Yeah. And then that was my last game before going back. But it was good to obviously finish off strong at Brentford.
Right.
But going back to Palace is you're starting again from the bottom because it's a new manager. You got to impress all over again. He needs to get to know you, to build that trust. So it was a bittersweet moment because I started to come into my own at Brentford, but then getting recalled back to Palace and going back and not really playing from January to the end of the season was tough.
You went from a high of highs at Brentford
to... Exactly. So being involved, playing games, to travelling with the squad, not being on the bench, being on the bench here and there, but just not playing. So really and truly, you look at it and you're well, you're stagnant. You know what I mean?
and especially in your career, you kind of out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And where like you're not playing for Palace, yeah, like you said, outside, out of mind.
Yeah.
So it does affect things going forward. You know, like for the following season, like if you want to go out on loan.
Because there's no buzz.
Yeah.
Or it's just died down a little
Yeah,
bit.
exactly.
Literally just playing the final game of that Premier League season. Old Trafford.
Yeah.
I guess people wondering, saying, "Oh, why was he not playing? If he was playing so well at Brentford, Palace called him back. Why is he not playing?" And it's not because of your ability; it's because of circumstance.
Yeah, exactly.
Relegation battle.
Palace were in the relegation battle.
Yep, manager changes.
And that was how it was for a lot of the years that I was at Palace. So it was very hard for youngsters to break through because like the club needs to stay in the Premier League.
Yeah.
So they're not going to take the chance of like playing youngsters until we're safe. And Palace weren't really safe until like the last 2 or 3 games of the season. So it was definitely a difficult period for anyone to really break through at the time.